A stunning shift between 1964, when American economic growth and prosperity had reached historic new highs, and 75% of Americans expressed high confidence in the federal government, to 1965, the year that saw a dramatic escalation in Vietnam, the violent response to civil rights marchers in Selma, Alabama, passage of the Voting Rights Act, Medicare and Medicaid, the assassination of Malcolm X, and the sudden rise of new and boisterous brands of popular music and artistic expression.
Is our world gone? We say farewell. Is a new world coming? We welcome it, and we will bend it to the hopes of man.
These innocent victims of the sharp cutting edge of the enemy's military action have learned they can turn to us for help, support, and security. And to the American serviceman, it is equally clear that the battles won with the sharp edge of our own blade are only a beginning. Ultimate victory in Vietnam will be won through the people.
We are clearly preparing for that ground war in Asia.
Not everyone is preparing for that ground war in Asia. Protest picket lines and meetings occur each week all across our land.
Student picketing of troop trains in the summer of 1965 was carried in newspaper headlines around the world.
A lot of people were beaten, dogs were hit, and I just turned around to see the folk and wondered why they were beating them so. And I couldn't understand.
Our guest today on Meet the Press is Dr. Martin Luther King, Jr., who led the Civil Rights March from Selma to Montgomery, Alabama. Dr. King, who is the winner of the Nobel Peace Prize, is president of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference. And we'll have the first question now from Lawrence E. Spivak, permanent member of the Meet the Press panel.
Dr. King, former President Truman, was quoted by the AP as saying that the march from Selma, and this was his word, was silly and can't accomplish a darn thing except to attract attention.
Well, first I would say that the march was not silly at all. I would think that the march did more to dramatize the indignities and the injustices that Negro people continue to face in the state of Alabama and many other sections of the South more than anything else. I think it was the most powerful and dramatic civil rights protest that has ever taken place in the South.
I just don't see how anybody can say that a man can fight in Vietnam, but he can't vote in the post office.
We are here and we are standing before the forces of power in the state of Alabama saying we ain't gonna let nobody turn us around.
Brought to you by Polaroid, makers of the new Polaroid Color Pack camera at half the price of the original model. And by Old Gold filters, flavors that never came through a filter before. And by new Bravo floor wax, so tough you can wash it with detergent.